a normally jovial mother of 3 young girls. "I can't cook in my house because the smell makes me nauseated." "Yeah," chorused the others. "Do something. It smells like burning bodies." Aponte looked at the door. It was metal. Could he break it down? Fat chance, he thought. He looked at the windows. They were protected by sturdy iron burglar bars. No hope there either. "Look," he said, trying to be reasonable, "I'll call in and try to get a supervisor out here." Turning, he walked the 30 yards to his car and was explaining his problem to the dispatcher when the door creaked open and a white man with a beard and piercing pale eyes poked his head out. Everybody jumped. "Good God!" Hensman cried in relief, smiling at Gary Heidnik. "You're all right." "Sure I'm all right," Heidnik replied affably. "Everything's okay." "Cancel that request," Aponte said into the microphone. "We thought you were dead," said Hensman. "There's that terrible smell, and we thought it was you." "Oh, no, I'm okay," Heidnik repeated. "I just burned my dinner is all." Aponte studied Heidnik. He certainly wasn't dead. In fact, he looked pretty healthy. He wasn't ranting or raving, and he didn't talk crazy. As far as the smell went, he had explained that satisfactorily. He himself had seen the boiling pot. You can't arrest a guy for being a lousy cook. Aponte sighed. That turned out to be an easy assignment. Jumping into his blue and white, he drove off. If Aponte had gone inside the house that day, he would have gotten the shock of his young life. In the basement, he would have found 4 semi-nude young black women, tethered like livestock with heavy chains. In the oven, he would have found a human rib cage burning to a cinder. And if he had looked in the bubbling cauldron to see what Heidnik was having for dinner, his blonde hair might have turned gray. Boiling away on the back burner of Gary Heidnik's stove was the head of a young black woman. "She came in, and as we were walking up the steps, she was rambling on, talking real fast about this guy having 3 girls chained up in the basement of this house, and she was held hostage for 4 months. She said that he was beating them, raping them, had them eating dead people, just like he was a cold-blooded nut. Dogs was in the yard eating people bones. I just thought she was crazy. I really didn't believe it, and I still don't believe this shit." Vincent Nelson, Josefina Rivera's boyfriend. Chapter 1. November 26th, 1986. Josefina Rivera was having a rough night. In another hour it would be Thanksgiving, but so far she didn't have a lot to be thankful for. She was still fuming about her argument with her boyfriend, a 30-year-old black man named Vincent Nelson. She stomped out of his apartment in a huff. Then, when she went back an hour later to apologize, they started fighting all over again. That's when she said to hell with it and left a second time, figuring she might as well go to work. Pacing back and forth at the corner of 3rd and Girard, she cursed under her breath and kicked at the trash littering the sidewalk, empty coffee cups, bright aluminum cans, which would soon be scooped up like treasure by neighborhood bums on their nightly rounds, and soggy mounds of what had been sheets from that afternoon's daily news, now reduced to mush by a heavy early evening shower. The rain had been the forerunner of a Canadian cold front barreling down the eastern seaboard, bringing a jolting taste of winter to Philadelphia's North Side slums. As she performed a little hop and skip around the puddles of dirty water, she burrowed deeper into her thin windbreaker, seeking relief from the plunging temperatures. All the while, even as she swore against Nelson and the weather, she kept an eye on the street, sensitive to the cars that braked and cruised slowly past while the drivers gave her the once-over. Every time one of them seemed about to stop, she made an effort to look cheerful, flashing a fake airline hostess smile. What the drivers saw was a thin, striking-looking woman of medium height, clad in sneakers and skin-tight jeans. Josefina Rivera had fine, well-developed features,